Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. I'm glad that you returned. First time viewer, welcome to the show. Now, let me tell you this, man. You know, I talk a lot about the behaviors that we see in our black communities today. And I have a story that is so shocking, man, of a black woman calling into a popular radio station and just by her own admission saying that she is cheating on her husband with his cousin, had a baby by the cousin, and that her husband believes that he is raising his own biological son. And she is very elated to tell people this. Man, it's hard to describe. This situation is ineffable. So let me go ahead and play this situation for you so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Let's get started.
I've been married for over 10 years. I have been sleeping with my husband's cousin.
Oh.
Well, we've known each other for a long time before I met my husband. And I got a kid by him.
Wow.
You heard her. She has been sleeping with her husband's cousin for quite some time. And see, when a woman said, well, I have been knowing him for a long time, before we got together, that's just her way of trying to rationalize her immoral act. That's all. She's been getting clapped. She's been sleeping with this boy, and if she didn't, she wanted to sleep with him before they got married. And it's just a turn on. You got to look out for these women who are thrill seekers, gentlemen. Women who love excitement, who always like to go to the club. Women who always got to find out what happened, what's the latest tea. These are thrill-seeking women. These women become addicted to adrenaline rush. And the thing is, when you have an affair, or if you're cheating on your significant other, especially if you're cheating on your significant other with someone that he or she knows, or someone that is a family member, there's a rush that comes with that, the rush of the fact that you're getting away with something that you should not be doing. These type of women are dangerous and toxic. I want you to hear her voice. I'm going to play it again. Now, I want you to notice that it seems like she's jovial, that she just have a bunch of joy about what she's saying.
I've been married for over 10 years. I have been sleeping with my husband's cousin.
Oh.
Well, we've known each other for a long time before I met my husband. And I got a kid by him.
Wow. So whose kid does your husband think it is?
His. He thinks it's his baby.
Oh, my.
You hear that? You hear that? She was quick to say that my husband, the one that I gave marriage vows to, the one that I got married in front of God and other people, in front of his family, my family, where I made my vows to God and to him before man and God. He believes that the child that I had in my action of adultery belongs to him.
He thinks it's his baby.
Oh my God.
He don't know it's his cousin.
Wait a minute. So you have a child by your husband's cousin,
But your husband is
doesn't know
raising it as though it's his own.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
So what?
You heard that, gentlemen? I wonder how many listeners to my show, how many viewers who watch my show are raising other men's children, believing that it's theirs. This happens more times than you would like to believe. That means this man is taking this child out, bought this other man's baby, some Pampers, Similac, clothes, have fed this child, probably put that child into sport activities, going to PTA meetings, checking on his homework, taking that child to church, teaching that child how to pray, teaching this child about God, teaching this child work ethic, thinking that it's his kid. Now you think about all the things I've just mentioned, how much time it takes to do those things I've just mentioned. Teaching your child how to ride a bike for the first time, throwing a frisbee or throwing a baseball at your child for the first time, playing catch with your child for the first time, taking your child out on Halloween for the first time, trick-or-treating, taking your child out to buy Christmas gifts, buying stuff like that, buying him a PlayStation, all this money, time, and investment that he put in his other man's child, while the wife is laughing at him behind his back, knowing that that's the cousin's baby. The cousin's laughing at him behind his back, still tagging his wife. You don't see nothing wrong with that?
My gosh.
Yep.
So what does the cousin think about all this? Is he wanting to reveal anything? Do y'all feel like coming clean, or is this to the grave?
No. To the grave.
She's going to take the secret of her committing an adulterous affair with his flesh and blood cousin and having offspring by his cousin to the grave. You know what that means? That means that this man, if he never gets a DNA test, and he probably won't because he already thinks he's his child. Most men are not going to do that unless they feel reason to, but I still encourage all men to do that even if you don't have reason to get a DNA test because you just don't know. But that means that this man is going to do all those things I mentioned before, right? All those things, all that sacrifice, do all that for that child, even pay for that child to go to college, save money, everything he could do for that child, get him his first car, everything, and believe that this child is his. Even if that child grows to be a man of 40 years in age, 50 years in age, he's always going to say, that's my boy, before he died. And that never was his child.
He wanting to like reveal anything? Do y'all feel like coming
Nope.
clean, or is this
Nope.
to the grave?
No. To the grave.
How close is he with his cousin?
Close enough.
And you intend to stay married though?
Yes.
Are you still sleeping with the cousin?
Hell yeah.
You hear that? The cousin and the wife is wrong. See, this man married a hoe. Now, gentlemen, there are women that I've met who told me that they were straight up, I'm a whore. They have told me that. It's like my man I'm with right now, he knew I was a whore. He knew it, but he still want. I've met women who said that. Some of these gentlemen are actually choosing women who they know live lifestyles of promiscuity just because they are in love and enamored with this person. All right? Now, she says she's still sleeping with him. This is going to go on for years.
Close enough.
And you intend to stay married though?
Yes.
Are you still sleeping with the cousin?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
how. Look, well, this is not gonna get any better. But if Maynard was here, Maynard would have lost his mind.
Maynard would have had a fit.
The average man will have a fit. I hope that woman don't turn up deleted if the truth come out. You see, the question is, why is she calling in on the show and admitting that? Because no one on that show can hold her accountable because no one knows who she is. And most people who hear her voice don't know who she is. Only a certain few people will actually know who that woman is. You get what I'm saying? Now let me show you a woman who's trying to twerk on a married man but didn't realize that his wife was there and how she got up on her. Let's get to it.
He looks good as hell. I'm about to go get his number. Watch.
See, she think that's funny. And see, when she started twerking on another man, don't know if he's married or not, just started twerking on him like that, then the wife got up there, moved the husband out the way. You know what I mean? She thinks it's funny. See, you ladies don't honor anything. You think all you gotta do is bend over, throw your butts in the air, flap your little booty cheeks and stuff, and get a man's attention, and then you get that man for what you want him for. There's more to a man than that. Now, let me also say this to you weaklings out there, you simps out there. You'll have a problem with me saying the stuff that I say. A lot of you like to say it's not just women in your community. It's not just black women. I never said that it's just black women only that do these things. Okay? Well, why don't you talk about the other women who? Why would I? Now, when you have black boys who are coming up in a single parent household, black boys, over 67% of black boys are raised by a single parent, which is a mother. I look at the numbers, and almost, as you already know, almost 80% of all divorces start with women, jump up to 90% if those particular women are college educated. 4 out of 5 black women in our community are overweight. Half of all black women in our community are obese. Our women lead in STDs. They lead in evictions. They lead in car repos. They lead in cases of chlamydia, gonorrhea, HIV, herpes, AIDS. So why can't I talk about the things that's hurting us? Only a simp says that. See, what happened is someone done got in your head and told you It seems like you're bashing people when you say the truth, when you say stuff like that. That's why you have some content creators want to say stuff like, well, it's not all Black American women. It's not all that. I'm just talking about a certain, but let me tell you something. You want to talk about other people in other communities? Let me ask you, are you married into those communities? If you're not, and you're in my community, then don't worry about what everybody else is doing in their community. And if you think that what I say is wrong, which I really don't give a fuck if you do or not, but let me tell you this right here. I'm not bashing women. I expose what women are doing. I do not purposely try to offend women. And I really don't care if you get offended or not. Just take my content as a way of warning other brothers of certain women's behavior. Any man who gets on here and hear this type of content and right away say, it's not just the Black women, it's not just, and blah, 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 blah. You can leave now. You can leave now. I don't need you. You can unsubscribe, go ahead and leave. I know what I'm doing. I know why I do what I do. And look, my content is not going to change to get a subscriber, and my content is not going to change to keep one either. I'm letting you know right now. I expose the behaviors that are a detriment to our community. I expose and highlight the problems that we need to address in our community because a lot of you are too afraid and too cowardly to point it out. I'm not that guy. Now, what I'm about to do right now is show you another tragic story. But it's tragic, but yet it's kind of good. Let me tell you why. Because this man finds out that his wife is having an adulterous affair with a millionaire. But he was able to take the millionaire to court and sue him for the adulterous affair and got millions out this man while the millionaire got the adulterous wife. You got to see this for yourself. Let me go ahead and play it for you, man. It's crazy. Enjoy.
It's a harrowing confrontation between a man, his wife, and her lover.
She's my wife, man. She's my wife.
It's almost painful to watch as 48-year-old Keith King struggles with his wife's lover as he pleads with her to come home.
Stevie, you're picking him over me. You're picking him over me now.
I don't want this.
Now, this bitter love triangle has led to a shocking.
I don't know if you heard him. He said, you're picking him over me. And she said, I don't want this. You know why she don't want this? This man that's holding him back right now is the millionaire. A younger, more in shape man with a lot more money. This is a classic example of hypergamy.
You're picking him over me now.
I don't want this.
Now, this bitter love triangle has led to a shocking court verdict. Keith King sued his wife's lover and was just awarded $9 million. Here's Les Trent.
That controversial lawsuit was heard right here in this courthouse. Keith King claimed that his marriage was in perfect shape until that stranger came along and stole his wife and ruined everything.
Every time he knew I was out of town, he was coming into town.
Attorneys Joanne Foyle and Dorothy O'Neill represented Keith King.
You don't have to prove that there was a perfect marriage, just that there was some genuine love and affection in the marriage.
Keith King owns a BMX stunt show that performs at NFL halftime shows in state fairs across America. His 33-year-old wife, Danielle, worked with him as an MC. She says the marriage was already in trouble before she became involved with another man. He discovered Danielle was cheating when he found flirtatious texts on her phone.
I called him from her phone, and I said, she's a married woman. Leave her alone. Don't you ever contact her again.
See, here's the thing, gentlemen. If you ever have to call the other man and tell him to leave your wife alone, keep in mind he has your wife's number in order for you to do that. He didn't steal that number. She gave it to him. You're checking the wrong man. Now, I understand what he's doing. I mean, you're checking the wrong person. I understand as a man, you're going to become territorial, and you should be. That's your wife. You're supposed to protect the sanctity of your marriage. You know, but if your wife is giving them an open door and an opportunity to do so, then all your efforts is vain. It's vanity. Nothing you do to that man, say to that man, even if you get into a physical altercation with that man, means anything. It is all vanity. Why? It's worthless. Why is it worthless? Because she wants him. She wants him. And as soon as you get finished beating him up, as soon as you finish talking to him, talking crazy, as soon as you decide to teach him and give him a piece of your mind, she's gonna go right back to that dude behind your back.
Married woman, leave her alone. Don't you ever contact her again.
But he says the affair continued for months in secret. Then last year, Danielle moved out of their home. Soon after, Keith went to her new apartment and was shocked to find the lover, Francisco Hooser, there.
She's my wife, man. She's my wife. That is my wife, man.
You need to
That's
stop.
my wife.
You are rude.
Tell me about that day you confronted your wife and her lover.
If she had been in a car accident and I walked up on the car accident and saw her, dead in the car, that's what it felt like to me. I felt like I just witnessed her die.
Keith says he considers the $9 million award to be a hollow victory because he'd give anything for his old life back.
There isn't a dollar amount that you can put on it for what I think my family's worth.
She's my wife, man.
My name is on the lease.
She's my wife.
Gentlemen. Boy, can you imagine that? To be in love with someone so deeply that if you got $9 million from her having an affair, you still feel hollow inside. That's what he said. He still feels hollow, empty, void inside his heart and his soul. You see, women don't understand when a man loves you, it is a powerful love. And I dare say it's more powerful than a woman's, because we have to actually give our lives and sacrifice ourselves in order to protect you and our family. When someone breaks into the house and say, hey, I'm done, I'm finna kill everybody, whatever you're gonna say. For example, the women ain't finna go down there. The children ain't finna go down there unless you got teenage boys or something like that, unless the woman has a weapon or something. But most time it's gonna be the man who's gonna protect you and his legacy, them legacy that he calls his children. So we have to actually sacrifice ourselves. And for a man to say that, that's my wife, you come to an apartment where your wife is at because she kept committing adultery for months before y'all broke up, and then I'm telling you, the millionaire got that apartment for her, and he over there banging out, smashing and dashing on her at the apartment. You come over there with hopes of trying to work it out, trying to say, baby, why you leave? He there. And apparently this gentleman is not a martial artist. He's not a violent man. He's not a man that, because most people would have put his hands on that the millionaire. The way he was able to, because that millionaire was able to restrain him. Can you imagine the feeling? Your wife is maybe like 15 feet away from you. A man is holding you back from your wife. Someone that you still see as your wife. You just think, hey, we're just having a hard time right now. I love her, I want to have children, or we have children. I want to get her back. And there's a man holding you back. And you see her, and she's not even trying to come to you as he holds you back. She's just sitting there saying, I don't want this no more. Because you got a younger man with more money. Man, some of y'all, why even get married for y'all? I mean, y'all, if you know you're not, in love with somebody, sit your ass down somewhere. And gentlemen, those of you who got money, you better carefully vet women. Those of you who have a lot of ambition and start businesses and have a business, you better be careful of the woman you say is your woman, because they'll put on a smiley face and act like they love you just to marry you, just to get some money out you. I promise you, if that millionaire never came along in that man's life, she would probably still be with that man right now, because the man that she left had his own business. He was already successful. But because a man who had more came along, more in shape and younger, she jumped ship and went to that one. Think about what I'm saying to you. Anyway, y'all, talk to y'all later.